Okay, so if I go onto home, I should just go to my channel. Oh, maybe if I go on here. Oh! Oh! So it's delayed. But there's the comment. So if I just turn the volume off. Sorry, we're just doing a test to figure out how to get this on my computer. And then I can read the comments on my computer instead of them disappearing on my phone, which is a major pain. And then I'm not showing everybody the inside of my nose. Every time I'm looking up comments, I'm like looking at the bottom of my glasses to read because they're bifocals, and everybody's looking at my nose. That's so funny. People write in, I'm assuming that's Arabic, but I can't read Arabic. Come on, you've got to know that. I don't know Arabic. Translate, please. Maybe there's a translate button on there. Is there? No. Happy holidays, Jolene. Sarah. Yeah, oh, so maybe it's delayed. Well, you guys wouldn't know that it's delayed. Only I hear the delay if I have the volume on. I just want to block this screen out so I can't see it. So this is what I should be doing. I should be having this. Yeah, you know what? I should just have it like on my computer like that. I'm deleting this after. And then I can just see my comments. Although I like my phone up higher. I use Google Translate, Jolene. Oh, so Mohammed's going to teach me Arabic.
Yes.
I know how to say, well, I thought I knew how to say I love you in Arabic because my sister dated a man from Jordan when I was little. His name was Marwan. And he taught me how to say, I thought he taught me how to say the F word, which was a neacock, something like that, close to that. I mean, this is going back from when I was 7. And then I thought he said, I love you was Ana Bahabak, but I've since been around kids from Yemen who go to the school that I teach at, and they've sort of corrected me on how to say that. I know I'm not pronouncing it totally correctly. It's somewhat close, but, and then of course, let's go. Yalla, yalla. That's the extent of my Arabic. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. What are you looking at?
I'm looking at video supplier, camera suppliers in San Jose. Because I think it's the kind of thing you want to go and touch, right? You want to buy
That's
it.
what I think, yeah. He's looking at diva lights for me, because I don't have, I clearly have zero lighting on me right now. Backlighting, which isn't the worst thing when you're 48.
See that, the backlight
Yeah.
right there? Is it that light? That's the worst. The
It's
light
the
should be
worst.
coming from there. And that light's not enough.
No, that one's super dark.
No.
Yeah. You're in reading glasses. I'm in a reading glasses state. I get dollar store ones. That's so awesome.
So the comments come up here. It's
Yeah,
way better.
I know it's great that I don't have to worry about them disappearing on my phone. I love that she gets her glasses at the Dollar Tree. If I could do that, I would so do that. But well, maybe I can. I don't know. No, I can't because I have different prescription in each eye. I know, right? Getting older is so much fun. New sub. Oh, thank you, Annie. She said I guess you guys can all see this scroll. Can everybody see what everybody's writing?
I think so, yes.
I'm hoping. I think that's...
My name is Jennifer, too.
Lots of Jennifers.
Chris Watts. It's like the conversation we're having. Like every day we talk about Chris Watts about an
We
hour.
talk about it in this house nonstop. We can't stop talking about it. We're obsessed with him and learning so much about malignant, covert, narcissistic personality disorder. If that's what he has. What I don't get is why none of this came out until now. Who knew that he was violent? Like, no one ever would have guessed that. I mean, maybe he had all these traits, but you said, what do we say? It's not diagnosable until something goes wrong.
And the danger also is that people start diagnosing these type of guys and thinking they're all going to be murdering their whole family, and it's not going to happen.
True.
It's a one case.
True. Hi.
Hello.
Hey, Arthur.
It smells good in here.
It's fish and beans.
Is there any more?
it's like my rations that I'm like, for like the next 2 days. You guys could eat it like literally in 2 bites, but for me it's like maybe 2 meals.
Okay.
Sorry.
Is that a no? Is that a really good way to say no?
Maybe a no.
Oh.
Sorry.
Sounds like, you know.
Finn, leave him alone. Fish and beans, yes, I eat it like every day. Fish, beans, and broccoli. It's pretty much my staple. Yeah, I don't know. Everyone says he's a monster, but I feel like he's truly got a mental disorder that was undiagnosed. I know.
Talking about Chris Watts?
Of course, we're talking about Chris Watts.
What
That's
else?
what we talk about.
There's nothing else to talk
We're
about.
obsessed with him.
I feel like it's probably a mix of mental disorder and being a monster, you know?
Mental disorder for sure. Yeah, and there's.
I see both at the same time.
But don't you think like if okay, so yes, he has all these disorders, but why didn't they come to light before this? Why is it that it took this momentous occasion of like the
Why
climax?
just this one day? Why didn't he like?
Right. Why
as a
didn't
kid, he
anything
wasn't
lead up to
killing,
it?
or
He wasn't killing animals.
killing like cats and.
Or is it just could it be like the power of an idea, like not realizing that he could, and then when he like just something clicks, maybe, and then
Yeah.
he realizes that.
Well,
that's,
it was
like,
the buildup of hitting to the point where she's realizing what's going on and freaking the hell out probably, and all of that like resentment towards her, and then it was just all came together, and he like exploded. My theory is that he killed Shanann because he just couldn't take it anymore, and then he was like, okay, so now I have her dead body, and what am I gonna do with it? I have to get rid of it like now. So what's he gonna do? Drive 40 minutes away and dump it and leave the girls alone at the house sleeping? He can't. He can't leave them alone. You could never do that. They wake up, they're all like, where's dad? Oh, he's out burying mom. So he had to take care of the girls. He had to kill them too. That's what I think.
Oh, you're on a live
Why
stream.
he could not leave the girls alone at home and
No.
go dig out for the mom.
No way. He had to take care of them too and then just take them all. That's what I think. I don't know. Yeah, it's nuts.
I think this whole thing is like
He has no feeling. I feel like he's human though. He has to have some soul, but I do think that they say he's depressed in jail, definitely based on him
how did you
just
kill
being
your
upset that
kids?
he's not able to have any freedom. Not anything to do with the fact that he killed his wife and kids.
I always feel a few drugs.
I know. How do you kill your kids? I know. There's clearly some detachment. There's Arthur. That's Arthur.
Hello.
Joey, come say hi.
It's the star of the show.
Guest stars.
Joey, what are you eating? It's very phallic.
It's called a fucking banana.
Joey! She swears on my videos all the time.
Hi.
Such a potty mouth. My kids
Well,
never
sorry.
eat the last
Oh, no.
inch of the banana. What do you do?
Finn is, you know, he's
Finn's a dirty dog.
he's a Finn in heat.
It's either you or
He
me.
doesn't hump. I swear he doesn't hump.
He just did.
He did? Like he
Yeah.
did the humping
He got
motion?
Arthur's leg and he was like,
Finn, I swear. Oh, those shoes are cute on you, Joey. Are those yours?
those are yours.
No, they're not.
They're Ryan's.
Oh, they're Ryan's. I was gonna say.
Do you guys all share shoes?
My feet are bigger than theirs.
Me, my dad, and my brother all have the same size of shoes, so we all just take each other's shoes.
Really?
I can't believe you guys
That's
all
cool.
have that we and Arthur have the same size shoes.
My feet are just wider, but they're
Yeah.
the same size.
We literally.
Someone says that's a big banana.
Yeah,
That's a big banana,
That
Joey.
was
Remember that cartoon where I said, "Oh, what was it? Remember the cartoon? Don't throw that away. I'll eat that last part. Give that to me. Let me.
Wait, you just
This is
keep
what
that
Joey
last little
does.
Thing.
They never eat this. They won't eat this. I don't know why.
I
All my kids
does
do
that?
All my kids do that. That sure is a big banana weenie. Do you remember that, Joey?
I do remember that.
What cartoon was that?
It was Oswald.
Oswald. So there's a dog. I can't remember the character. A wiener dog. And he goes, that sure is a big banana weenie. The dog's name was Weenie. He said banana weenie, right? Like in the same sentence. I thought it was the most hysterical thing I'd ever, well, you know, I'm trapped with like little kids all day. I thought it was so freaking funny. That sure is a big banana weenie.
That sure is a big banana.
It stayed in my head forever.
Joey. That
Yeah,
sure
it
is
was.
a big banana.
God, it was from
Joey.
that show Oswald. I can't believe she remembered that.
How many bananas does she eat in a day?
They eat easily 2 to 3.
I
Every
think
single one of them.
All the time I see Joey, she has a banana. Or she's eating, or she's either has
He
two,
has so many
eating
bananas.
one. There's
I'm-
always a banana involved.
I am constantly buying bananas. It's never ending. And I don't eat them. I don't care about them. They're boring. What's my cat doing? What is Sky doing? We always talk to him like that. He's very scared. He's, oh, who's Julie?
Who's Julie? You want to know Julie? Hi, Julie. Or
I don't know who Julie is. Oh, it's Joey. It's Joey. Joey.
did you see his girlfriend is in the witness protection program?
Yes.
What are your thoughts? We talked about it.
Yeah,
today,
we did. We talked about it today. Yeah, I saw that she was, and not surprised considering she was already talking about it in that interview. But yeah, they said she's hundreds of miles away from Colorado. She's gonna change her name. I mean, come on, it's not like she's hard
She's
to.
gonna change her name to Shanann.
How is she gonna hide unless she completely? Yeah, right. Unless she completely changes her identity 100%. I mean, she's very well. She's been very well publicized. Everybody knows what she looks like. I don't know. I guess, yeah, she definitely is aware that she's not a well-liked woman, so I don't blame her. I'm sure it's been hard on her seeing all the bad
people
publicity.
do believe that she kind of not pushed him into doing such a thing, but she was an influence.
Yeah,
She influenced his
yeah.
mind into wanting to get rid of the whole life he had before and wanting to start over with her.
And her deleting his messages and his number, all of that is just so like sketchy. Like, why did you delete all that? What did you have to hide? But yeah, I think she definitely was, as she said, a catalyst in it all, even though she didn't want to be. But maybe she kind of planted it in his head that, you know, if you've got, because she already said she wondered about being with him because he had already done it. He'd already done the family thing. She kind of wanted to do that with somebody who had never experienced it, you know? And so she maybe planted that in his head that maybe this isn't really that, because then she has to deal with like him being a dad to kids that aren't hers.
I think it's his interpretation of what she thought that made him do that, because there was no way
Yeah.
it was gonna work. She wanted a fresh man that didn't have any kids.
Yeah.
And he thought, okay, I'm gonna get rid of my family, and then we're gonna be together. And it wouldn't have worked.
No.
So that's why I think it was not her idea. She kind of made him think about this way of getting rid of his life, but it was not her idea. It was she's not.
Bye.
Bye.
I don't think
She
she
has
was.
nothing to do in the murders.
No,
whatsoever.
she didn't
It's-
physically, but I
It's
don't.
just the expectations of any normal woman that wants a man for herself.
True, but her reaction wasn't strong enough. She didn't care. She didn't seem to like. There wasn't enough, you know, concern or genuine like sadness for what happened. I just feel like it's narcissistic too. She's narcissistic as well. Yeah, I don't know. Her researching Amber Frey, like right after, whether Amber had book deals, like looking into all of that, like so soon right after, is just, that speaks a lot about who she was. She should have just been working with the police and saying, I will do whatever you need me to do. My gosh, this is a horrific tragedy, and I cannot believe that I'm somehow involved in it. She just didn't show that compassion, so everybody picked up on it immediately and didn't like her.
I guess it's
everybody's obsessed with it. I guess we're all not healthy. We're obsessed with it because it could happen to any of us. It's just that it's the normal world becoming totally abnormal out of the blue for no reason. So and I don't think anybody's unwell about it. It's a pretty popular topic for most people, and so is true crime in general. Yeah, she didn't have any compassion. Her voice grates on me so much. Oh my god. She's annoying. Have you listened to her interview?
Nicole?
I can't stand it anymore. I've listened to the whole thing, and I've listened through it a few times, and I just can't stand it. I can't hear it anymore. She bugs me. Who's saying FBI put her into the program so they can watch her every move? Oh, good. Good. Hopefully they'll find something. But at this point, she knows she's being watched. I don't get why we didn't get any of the messages between her and Chris. When weren't they? Kay! I don't understand why we didn't see. I thought they were able to obtain them, but they never put them out. Can somebody clear that up for me? I feel like I haven't been able to find that. Let's see.
Somebody says it's not Elliot and we're just talking.
That's what I was. That's what I was. That's why I was addressing that.
Normally, I would not talk about this, but it's like such an obsession for Jennifer that I kind of got into it, and it's really interesting to compare this situation with all our own situation, our own lives, the way we were raised. Like, I think that's what's interesting about it. It's like we all could have been there somewhere in our lives that it could have
Totally.
happened to anybody. But
Totally. She was living like the regular,
There,
you
like,
know, mom with
exactly.
2 kids, the
the
cute little marriage,
house,
the
like
nice
Colorado
house.
life,
Sure.
kids go to school,
Yeah.
they had fun, they went on vacation, they had their little issues.
I do get the whole narcissistic side of him now. I do understand that because he definitely thought he was so cunning. He thought he clearly was getting away with it. He even, you know, was giggling. He didn't even hire a lawyer. He thought he was fooling everybody, but he was the fool. So that's the narcissism right there. I do get that now. It's not. It's the covert narcissism. I understand that now. But when you think of narcissists, you don't typically think of it that way. But yeah, that makes sense. That was Scott Peterson too. Although Scott Peterson was like outwardly narcissistic. That smile of his. You don't know him, do you?
No,
Yeah.
idea.
Basically,
I've heard of them. Just
same
because
story.
of you.
yeah. And they did his trial like literally blocks from my high school, where they had to transport the trial to Redwood City, which was like right down the street from my high school. Yeah, you know my stepmom Robin. They
Yeah.
live in San Carlos in the town right next door, and like she was like they drove down by it just because there was so many news, you know, all the news. What am I trying to say? All
Channels.
the channels were there,
like,
yeah, just like
filming.
tons of satellite, you know, the polls, and just so many people there, yeah, all the reporters. It was just a circus.
Scott Peterson.
Talking about Chris Watsky's, sure, and yeah, give me the HIV question. Yeah, Scott Peterson. He's been there since 2004. It's already been 14 years. It's crazy. He's been there that long. I kind of didn't realize that. And we were looking up San Quentin and all the famous, well-known cases that are there. Scott Peterson, obviously. The guy, Polyclass, the guy who killed Polyclass. The guy who killed Samantha Runyon. I don't know if you guys know these cases, but there's a lot of famous criminals at San Quentin. And I didn't realize, you told me this. Maybe everybody else, it's one of those things that like you wonder if everybody else knew this and you were the only one in the world that didn't know this. I didn't know many prisons are privately run. I thought it was all the government. I thought you get arrested by the police, government, you go to court, that's the government, and then you go to jail, government. No, privately run, most of them. Or do you think most of them? Or some of them?
I think like maybe most.
I
of
should
them
have
are.
known this. Eric was
And they're
saying,
probably inspected regularly to know like everything goes
Amazing.
as that they're treated the right way, they're fed the right way. There's
Yeah.
no like.
What was that? Where was I going with that? They were just saying on an interview that I saw today on YouTube that they knew that if they kept him in Colorado, it's so heated there, and that there could be, you know, guards that are so upset about it, they might just accidentally, you know, leave a door open where maybe another inmate can get to him, so that, you know, they have to actually try to keep them safe. So they felt like in Colorado that they wouldn't be able to keep him as safe as he can be. So they moved him to Waupun, Wisconsin, where this man who was talking about it said they can limit how did he put it?
The amount of visitors or people.
No, they can't
Drive-bys?
eliminate his safety, his like the lack of like him being like safe, but they can limit.
The
how
other
did he put
inmates
it?
in Wisconsin,
They can lessen it.
there's a lot of chance that they don't know him, so they don't know what he did, or
But
they will
everybody's.
find
How
out.
are they not gonna? How do they not know?
But
Of
is
course
he in
they're gonna
contact
know.
with any other inmates? I doubt it, because this guy it would be like in a public place in a prison. He would,
Everybody's gonna
like,
know.
because the inmate that would get him would be like a hero.
Yeah, like Jeffrey Dahmer,
Yeah.
the guy that killed him was like already life in prison, so why not? So
Oh, yeah,
the
who
guard
cares?
turned his back and they
Yeah.
let him have his way with him.
That won't change a thing for him.
Yeah. I'm so afraid
So-
I've got it. Don't be afraid you've got it. It's like not highly unlikely, but it's pretty unlikely.
That's exactly why people don't want to test.
That's
'cause
why
they're
people don't
afraid.
test. Everybody's afraid, and then it just keeps getting spread. So you gotta
I
test.
think about testing myself, and I'm always afraid. I am afraid of testing.
of the test, just to
I know
worry
I don't
that-
have it,
Yeah,
but like still to go through the test, you still have this little doubt. that
because the
maybe-
second you test, you're like, okay, now I'm a person testing, so that means that I'm probably a person who could have it. That has to be going through your head, and people still get the negative test, and they're like, but I have all these symptoms. I have to have it. Like that's a nonstop on my
You
media.
only
That's all I
test-
get that
So
constantly.
let's say any other virus we're gonna test so we can medicate you properly. It's nothing. But
Right.
this one, you
It's
don't
the-
even want to go there. So that's why it's scary to test.
Totally. It's the big
It's,
MFR. Nobody wants it. It's super scary. And
It's
not
like-
not because that's the
it's like as scary as dropping from a tower with a big elastic on your leg.
I think it's so
You're
funny.
like-
When I tested for it
you're
in
bungee jumping.
2011, I never ever, like in 2011 when I tested, I know I wasn't concerned about the results. Not at all.
No, because they're
Never
probably
ever thought
testing
I
you
would-
for a bunch of things, and we're just gonna throw in HIV. But then if you're like feel like I'm not feeling right and I should test, you just go for that HIV test, and it's the only one you're taking. That's why it's so scary.
Well, we all took it when I worked at this doctor's office. All the girls that worked there and myself, like the medical assistants and stuff, we all decided to do it. Why not? Let's just do it. And I didn't feel concerned about it at all. We all came back negative, or at least I think we all came back negative.
Imagine
I
back
think they
then you
did.
would have tested positive. Like would they have? Like it's a thing you do it all with the office. Oh, Jennifer tested.
Right, then everyone would have known. Everyone would have known.
Because the results
Yeah.
were no. I guess if the result would have been positive,
We all
they
had
would have
access to each
taken
other's
you
charts.
in private. Definitely.
Yeah, that's true. I shouldn't say everyone would have known. And if they looked at a chart, their name would be attached to it, so they would see that. There are different ways of transmission, but it's possible for you to do a video. Impossible. I don't. Oral exposure isn't a possible means of transmission, so there's no point in doing a video on it. It doesn't happen that way.
I think it's interesting. I think people should know.
Well, I've said it.
You said it before.
Oh my God, yes, a million times. That I don't believe. It's not even listed as a route of transmission. You can swallow. I'll never forget that when I went to the clinic down in Santa Cruz, and the lady said to me, "You can swallow a gallon of blood with HIV in it, you know,
And you won't get it.
No, you won't get it. It's
So
super
like
weak.
if you
It's like you're
swallow blood and you won't get it, then imagine if you're just swallowing
Or semen.
bodily fluids.
It's not going to do anything. Your
So it's not gonna do
digestive
anything.
tract kills it immediately.
you
It's
would have
super
to have,
weak.
like,
It's
say
a
you,
weak virus.
you would have to be drinking the blood and have a blister inside your mouth.
It'd have to be a gaping,
Even then.
bleeding hole or something. I mean, and even then, it's like not even like the possibility is probably very uncommon. People say that, you know, somebody bit me or they spit on me, and it's like, it's not in saliva. That's not how it happens. So that wouldn't happen. It frustrates me because I feel like that information is not clear in the public, and it freaks people out. And I wish it was just really more well known, because people like suffer big time thinking that they gave, you know, a BJ and they're going to end up with HIV. It's like, that's not going to happen.
So basically, the only way to get it is with a needle that is exchanged without, and the other way is like to have like blood-to-blood contact.
Yeah,
on-
there
on
has to be a tear.
on
Has
a
to be
high
a-
frequency.
There has to be an open mucous membrane. Your throat is not an open mucous membrane. Your mouth is not. None of that's open. It just goes right down. And like I said, the virus is super weak. I believe it's it's something to do with your saliva. And you know, I'm not a scientist, but it's something to do with your saliva, and it just kills it right away. There's some kind of like reaction with it or something. That way, when I usually check up, everyone's afraid. Everyone is. I'm afraid I've been told I have cancer, but I do know it's better to know. Of course, definitely better to know. Trip to Africa and hooked up with.
Yeah, 10 bar, like you should test.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
then you would feel better.
Yeah, definitely a test. And it could be, you could be sick from just anything. It could be nothing too.
No, like
Yeah.
there's nothing not smart about hooking up with people. You
I
took
agree.
some risks, but you know,
It's human nature.
it's human nature,
My
like,
gosh,
yeah.
it's human nature to have sex. We're here on this earth to reproduce. There's so much shame with sex. It's crazy. I know. I know. I have a hard time with that. It's why we're here. It's what
we've all
everyone
taken
has that urge.
We've all
Everybody.
taken a lot of risks in our life.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Just
if
just
everybody
test.
would test and everybody know their status, that wouldn't even happen.
How long do people live with HIV? My doctor told me I could live a very normal life, but you know, you could get hit by a car tomorrow. But as far as HIV, it shouldn't be. I mean, I don't know. She told me there might be a cure in 5 years, so you know, maybe I don't have to worry about this for the rest of my life. But I don't worry about it. But maybe I don't have to take a pill for the rest of my life. Thank y'all. Yeah, there's no reason to have a bad attitude.
Definitely all like a normal life, like
Yeah, totally normal.
Normal.
The virus is
Life
totally
expectancy,
dormant in
yes.
my body. It's like most of it's not there, so it's hiding in reservoirs. It's dormant. The particles that are left, and it's not affecting me. The other guy in Colorado was charged. Yeah, we just read about that today. We didn't read a lot about it, but I do know that he was charged. Yeah, no more cancer, anything.
Are people with HIV medicated? Will they catch and more other stuff? Are they more prone to other diseases? That's the question.
I know.
Wanna
I'm not the
plug
expert
that
on
in?
all this. I don't know. I mean, well, definitely a lot of problems, but with it treated, I think,
Your immune system is totally normal. The
Yeah.
virus is gone.
Yeah.
Has it caused damage while
When I got
were
really sick.
Were you had AIDS? Maybe it's
in my brain,
it's a little.
that spot in my
Maybe
brain.
your body's a little less effective in.
Wait, what do you mean? Like, cause
Let's say your body right now will be less. Will it be harder for your body to fight diseases?
would be hard. Me?
Harder. That's my question.
No.
I think that's what they're
no,
asking
no,
also.
no. My immune system's totally runs
So-
normally. It's not affecting me in any way like that anymore. My CD4 count's over 500 now, and that's almost
Australia.
back to like a normal person without
Perth,
HIV.
Western Australia, shifting realities. We want to go to Australia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he wants to surf there.
Like
She just
surf.
she just dropped in on us,
Did
or he. I don't know who shifting realities is. Looks like a girl.
they just dropped in.
Well, they
What
undetectable
time is
HIV
it in
giant.
Australia? It's morning.
I don't know about donating blood. I believe there's been an organ transplant that was done from an HIV positive person to an HIV negative person. I don't know about the blood though. I don't know. I don't know that it's not. I don't know that it may be totally fine, and it's just something that they're not ready to do yet. Everyone prays for a cure. I know. I don't think about it a lot because I don't know. I just don't.
So you are undetectable. You have a cut in your mouth with blood and performance. Of course not. There's no risk. You're undetectable. Even if she was detectable, there would be no risk.
Yeah. It'd be like it's the odds of that happening. You have a better chance of winning the lottery like twice. It's
11 in
people
the
don't-
morning.
Is it?
So almost lunch in
Yeah.
Australia. It's tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm undetectable. My virus, it's not even in my blood anymore. When they check my blood, it's not there. They cannot find it. So if there had never been an antibody test at this point, and I went to another country and just had a blood test, I would appear HIV negative. They cannot find it in my system anymore. But the antibody will always show up because my body built the antibody against it. So that's always there.
So yeah, if she was detectable, even then, I don't think the virus would be transmittable from that.
From what?
Like, let's say
if I was
same
detectable.
situation. You're giving oral sex to somebody. You have open something in your mouth, and there's gotta be also in the urethra or on the guy some bloody.
Yeah,
It's mostly impossible.
I know. There's somebody on. There was one guy that I saw on YouTube that said he had mouth surgery and he'd had a tooth extracted, and then he'd given somebody oral sex that day, and that's how he got it. But like,
Wow.
it just doesn't. It's just so like.
I think if you're a gay
Hard to believe.
male, definitely, and maybe that guy just had sex with another male, like, and his skin is like, oh, and maybe there's blood in there,
And where?
like on the guy, and like I don't know how many.
Oh.
I'm not a gay person. I don't know how many.
You mean
what's
blood
the
on-
frequency of how many
Yeah.
times they can have sex in a day, or
Oh, they
That-
meant detectable.
he's detectable. You're giving him a blowjob. You have something in your mouth, and he's got to be also bleeding. Both
Well,
partners
no, you
need
could just
to be
be.
bleeding.
It could. Well, no, semen has
But-
HIV in it.
But then you just said
But the other person, the mouth would have to have a big gaping wound in it, which I just like. Who's going to be giving a blowjob if they have a big huge, giant, bloody mouth.
So basically, orally,
I mean,
you will not get HIV.
It's just, it's
No,
not.
it's-
Having semen in your mouth doesn't give you HIV. You can drink it for days. It's not going to do anything.
You can be drinking blood from an HIV positive person.
Yeah.
Detectable. And it
It's like
won't-
it's
you
an
won't
enzyme.
catch
That's
it.
what it is. It's an enzyme in the saliva that just
Because your
like,
saliva is
kills
basically
it.
going to be killing and protecting your body from anything entering it.
And then the rest of the digestive tract, forget it. It's just it's
Even if you just
done.
flossed and you're bleeding, and there is no chance.
Find a cure for the diabetic. Yes, they will never.
Daughter studying to be
They would never
researcher.
let it happen. I missed
And
that
she
one.
told him she will find a cure for the diabetic he has.
Diabetes.
told her-
Yeah.
Or
told-
that they would never let that happen. Diabetes is depending on the type.
Diabetes is
Type
tough.
A, type B, right?
I can eat whatever I want. I don't have to check my blood on a daily basis. My medication's 1 pill a day. I have no side effects. I mean, diabetes is tough. I've seen lots of people with diabetes, and it's every meal you got to be checking. And type 1, type 2 is different.
Hola, April, ¿cómo está? Señora Hernández. Thank you for your honesty.
Oh, I know.
Nice.
Eric always says people need to know exactly how it's transmitted, like down to the nitty gritty, because it's not explained enough in
See,
anything.
we're talking right now, and we kind of agree on it, but
Mm-hmm.
like it's got to be like, this is exactly how you get it. This is this no. What's happening is the doctors, like, they say no, don't do anything. They feel any
She said, bien, good.
any statistic is a statistic. So
Mm-hmm.
like if 0.1% people get it that way,
And they
it's-
can't say it can never happen.
yeah, because it happened,
Because-
or there's like this one person that said he got it that
Right,
way.
but you've got to understand there's how many millions of people have already had HIV, and this is not the way it's transmitted. It's just not. With the medication you take, Jennifer, I don't understand that. What is the medication I take? Maybe that's what they meant. Triumec, if that was what you were asking. I'll get my bottle.
So Mar H he's the one that needs to be going testing.
Yes.
Is that him?
Or
Yeah,
she-
you should test and live a better life right after. If you have it, then just you medicate and you'll be fine.
I know. Why do people still treat it like it's a
The
death
worst
sentence?
is if
People
you
don't
continue
know.
to have sex with other people and then you don't know your status. That's the worst.
That's what I take. It's 3 pills.
If HIV is
in one.
manageable, why do people still treat it like a death sentence? Because it comes from the 80s.
Oh, it's just people misinformed. Absolutely.
It's
People
still
don't
probably
know.
the worst virus.
We
You
didn't
don't
know.
want it. You
Well,
don't
I was
want that virus.
diagnosed, and we looked at each other, and like all the blood drained from both our faces. It was like, what? He didn't know if he had it. When I was diagnosed, we didn't know where it had come from. I didn't know where I got it from, and I don't know. I just had this feeling that you definitely were not. I just had this feeling it didn't come from you, and that you didn't have it. And
I think for gay people, gay males, or you feel like it's the end of your life, because if you're really active sexually, you feel like your life is just ending.
But they're getting
If
more. I know, like for the apps and stuff, like Grindr and stuff like that, they're getting more accepting of people actually putting their status as undetectable, and because, I mean, wouldn't you rather sleep with somebody that you knew was saying, "Yeah, I'm undetectable. I take this every day. You're definitely not going to get HIV from me."
Unprotected sex with an undetectable person,
Right.
HIV positive,
Or
or
one that you
take a
didn't know.
risk, or just go out there and like, oh no, I don't have it, and then you catch it.
Well, you know what the PrEP guy says.
They're all on PrEP.
No. God, why am I forgetting his name? I want to say Daniel. Oh, he's going to kill me for not remembering.
Very
his
good
name.
way to sell all these medication, and doctors say, well, take PrEP. I remember your doctor saying telling us I should be on PrEP.
Okay, so basically, he says, I don't ever ask anybody their HIV status because he takes PrEP. Because I don't need to.
care.
I don't need to ask him. I'm never gonna get it because I take this medication.
Be a gay male
Yeah,
and very
be on
active
PrEP.
sexually,
Be on
I would
PrEP.
be on PrEP.
For sure.
Makes sense.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Genvoya, where is that?
Genvoya is a medication.
Oh, I thought it was a city.
It's an HIV
It's-
medication.
I thought it was Genova or something. Geneva?
Geneva, yeah,
Somewhere in
Genvoya.
Switzerland.
They have such amazing names.
Genvoya.
But, Genvoya, yeah.
Do you take supplements?
Thank you for hitting the like button.
Hit the like button.
Yeah.
April.
I
Señor
don't
April.
take any no. I'm not into that. I never have been. I think I tried to when I was pregnant with my kids and stuff. Oh, thank you, Annie. Everyone should hit the like button. Oh my God, I was recognized today at the DMV, huh?
Yeah.
Some lady came in. She had seen my name on a thing, and we were doing this thing with his truck, and she saw my name, and she came up and opened the door, and she said, "Oh, I love your channel." I was like, oh my gosh. She found me through Freddie Mercury videos. That kind of blew my mind. That was really nice. It's scary. I'm still trying to recover from the anxiety. I tested negative at 6 weeks, but you still feel. Everyone feels that doubt. I mean, I remember somebody told me in the beginning that if you test negative at 2 weeks, there's a 78% chance that you're negative. Like, it's not like there's this huge open window that you're going to show up and end up being positive, the next time you test within that 3-month period. It's pretty much
You serious?
pretty good chance you're negative. I receive receptacle oral. Don't worry about the oral sex.
No, I wouldn't worry about
I
it.
hear oral sex and I just go, don't worry
I
about
would
it.
worry if I
Don't worry
was
about it at all.
taking, what do you call that? A top? If you're a male and you're a top, I would
Yeah.
be very worried.
See, he's so worried. He tested negative at a month and he's like now waiting for 90 days. This is over oral sex. To me, this is such a waste of your time and energy to be concerned about this. This is not how you get HIV. Don't be beyond nervous. You're negative. You're negative.
Are you a nurse? And that person asks again, what about fingering? I don't think there's
No.
any risk.
No.
Your finger would have to be bloody,
you know-
and you would have to be fingering somebody's butt.
No. You'd have
That's
to be
possible.
fingering blood.
Yeah, your finger
Or
is like it's got
semen.
a scar and like this,
mean,
it's
or I
bleeding,
guess
and you're fingering somebody's butt.
Vaginal
That's
secretions, but
also-
it's like, to me, that is the most, it's one of those things, again, that is just, come on, the chances of that are just, oral sex has very small chance of giving HIV. True. Oh, I'll show that. Why do I, yeah.
Maybe, yeah, maybe there was the word
Very
sex
small,
in his
including,
thing.
and meaning like 0.00001%. It's not, it's ridiculous how low it is, but yet everyone thinks it's this other number that's just not there. Because it's included in every website you go to, and they say there's a small risk, but they don't say what small is. They just leave that open-ended, and so everybody thinks that there is this risk, and there's not. I want to say I'm a huge fan of your channel. Woo-oo. Thank you.
Thank you,
That's
Eric.
nice. Thank you.
Where is he from? That Eric Wojciechowski.
I think that's
Somewhere.
Polish, but I don't know if it's Poland.
Thanks for your Shannon vids.
He had a small cut, but he said no blood really came out. No, HIV doesn't go through little small cuts. It has to be an open, like, mucus membrane.
So no blood really
Yeah.
came out.
No.
Well,
People
if you
will drive
think-
themselves crazy.
I
This
would
is not
probably
how it's
test.
transmitted.
I would probably test anyway. But
Even
if
what did
you're-
Kathy tell us? We went to a Christmas party last weekend with the nurse, and she said every time there's a needle stick, they have to be tested for HIV. She said not one time in her whole career has any of those ever turned out positive. It's like, and then what did she say? What was the statistic on that? Like, that happening is so, like, it doesn't happen, but
It
they
doesn't
have
happen.
to test for it just to be on the safe side. But it's like those always come out negative.
WEUI is Wisconsin?
Wisconsin, yeah. WI, yeah.
Wisconsin.
Oh, wait, is that where Chris Watts is? You know, I want to call him Chris Rock. I've been doing
Chris,
that. Chris Watts.
Did they get snow in Wisconsin?
Waupun was, yeah, he's in Waupun.
Waupun.
Oh, Nova Scotia. His brother
Nova
lives there.
Scotia. My brother has a farm in Lunenburg. It's like Bridgewater.
Do you know where that is? J-Dub. There's another guy that follows me from Nova Scotia.
It's called Hilltop Farm. They have eggs. They have like. It's 5 a.m. in Dublin. Hello, Dublin.
Jennifer,
Driving
thank you
myself
for
crazy,
saving
but your videos have truly
your
helped.
live
Man,
streams. Oh,
I
yeah.
logged on to see you and Eric live. You both are amazing, inspiring to us all.
Aw,
Great,
thank you.
super.
Oh, it's so nice.
Chrissy Twat.
I don't think they meant to say that.
Chris Watts.
Chris Twat. Oh, I get it.
Chris Watts.
Chris Watts instead of Chris Twat. You know what I thought of the other day? What did I
Morning
come up with
special.
yesterday? Scott Peterson and Chris. Okay, Scott and Chris both have the C and the S, which confuses me. Chris, C-H-R-I-S, Scott, S-C. So those in my head. And then the sons, Nico and Connor, N's and K's, or C's, that K sound and the N sound. I know that's nothing, but it just sticks in my head. It's weird. None of people talk about this stuff, and it's great that you are. Oh, yeah, we talk about it a lot, and we always think we should, say more about exactly about transmission, because people waste so much energy and like worry, and they make themselves
so much
sick.
anxiety about catching it when there
Totally.
shouldn't be. And I
Yeah.
guess those that should be having anxiety, they don't, and they just spread it.
Or they just don't even know they have it, and they're not. Yeah, they're not even aware of checking for it, and they're not. I
Probably
mean,
anxiety of catching
I
it
didn't
keeps
know.
people from getting it. That's probably good. But those that are taking all the risk and spreading the disease, or
yeah.
who are they?
Morning special. Why? Oh, why? Where's?
Wyoming?
No, I didn't mean where's Wyoming. I just didn't know what the whole Wyoming comment was.
Not enough people. I mean, nothing special.
You have
Not
a lot of-
worrying. Haha.
Do have a lot of worry, I can tell you. I don't know what to tell. I don't know what to tell people, because I always just say don't worry, but people will test and test and test, and they're still negative, and they're still worried.
If
And
you're
I'm
a
like, I don't know
gay
what to say.
male in the U.S. or anywhere, and you're very active sexually, you should be worried. It all depends what you do in your sex life. Definitely.
If you're not protecting yourself, you should be on PrEP. Go on PrEP, and then have tons of great unprotected sex. And if you're HIV negative.
If you're
You're
a
not
gay
gonna get
male
it.
and you're a bottom, your chances of catching HIV are way lower than if you're a top.
No, they're way higher.
Higher?
Higher if you're on the bottom. Yeah. Oh,
What's
yeah.
the bottom? So I guess I'm confusing the top and the bottom. It depends what you do sexually.
The bottom.
If you're
Okay,
receiving,
so receiving is
if
the
you're
bottom.
a receiver, your risks
Are higher, yes.
So like, what's his name? Tam?
Mm-hmm.
If depends what you do.
Bottom is the penis going
Yeah.
through the butt.
If you're the bottom,
Yeah.
like your risks, you should be
Yeah.
on PrEP.
Yeah, he knew that.
Yeah.
He was just getting the top and the bottom confused, but he knows the position and the person who would be more at risk for sure. The pitcher and the catcher, exactly.
If you're the catcher,
yeah,
Catcher should be on PrEP if he's active sexually
for sure.
and not using condoms, or
Yeah.
you don't trust the guy that's behind you.
Yeah,
There's always a risk also that the guy removes it, or they just.
yeah.
But still, there needs to be a bruise. There needs
But
to
you
be
have to get PrEP through
blood.
a doctor.
Yeah.
You do have to get a prescription. I know in the UK they're having a hard time with it right now.
It's probably
don't know
super
why.
easy to get it here. I don't know. Like you just go and you say you're having this
Damon
type
Jacobs.
of sexual.
Damon Jacobs. He's the PrEP guy. Sorry,
Yeah.
I drew a blank. I was like, Daniel? No, Damon.
Does pre-cum have much a chance for it?
He's on Facebook.
No, there's no chances. There's no.
No, orally, no. Oral, just get the oral thing out of your mind. Like,
It's
stop
gotta
worrying
be
about that.
blood to blood. Both
Well,
partners got to be
Blood and semen
bleeding.
both have HIV in it. So you can't just say blood, because the HIV is also in semen. So, but orally, you can swallow semen, you can swallow blood with HIV in it. It's not going to do anything.
Okay, so it all depends where the cum goes.
Yeah, and in a mouth, nothing happens.
But if you come inside and somebody else where there's no saliva, then there's like you
Well, if
the catcher will get
Yeah.
it.
when there's a tear, for sure. It's
The receiver, if he's HIV negative, has basically almost no chances of getting it.
the receiver,
The
the
batter.
the batter. There you go. The receiver's the one taking it. Yeah.
I understand, and there's a logic to all this.
Yeah.
But it's got to be explained and over.
What if
And
there's
if-
a tiny cut in your mouth? You're going with like literally possibilities that are just not going to happen. I mean, I mean, if you want to make yourself crazy about this, you can. But you're like, but all the what ifs are just like, it's situations that are not going to happen.
If you're going all the way into like this, you probably go do other stuff with that same person. So it's not just that little thing you're doing. Like you go, the sexual act is a lot of movements. There's a lot of things moving around.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't get it. It
You gotta
shouldn't
know
if
your
no
status.
orgasm
You gotta
has
know the
occurred.
status of the person
No,
you're having
there's
sex
HIV.
with.
There's HIV in pre-cum. If that's.
But it depends where the pre-cum goes.
Yeah, for sure. The mouth.
So-
There's the risk is incredibly uncommon and rare. It's rare, but everyone wants to think that rare is going to be them. Everyone does
It
that.
should,
Everybody
if
does.
no orgasm has occurred just before, you need to clear the tubes first of take protective action and not peeing before going again.
Hey Kendall, February
It shouldn't
16th.
if no orgasm
I was
has occurred.
February 15th. Mine was February 15th, 2016. Mine was the day after Valentine's. You were 2 days after. Happy Valentine's Day, right? Wasn't that great? I don't know if Kendall, if you're a girl or not. I feel like I've seen a Kendall recently too. Maybe on my Instagram. There are a lot of moving parts. There are a lot of moving
A
parts.
lot of moving parts.
I know when we went to the doctor right after my, this is a lot of TMI, and we're not even drinking wine. We went after I was diagnosed, and Eric had already tested negative, but he said, you know, he wanted to talk to my doctor more, and he said, there's been a lot of fluids exchanged between us. Like, he was still kind of concerned, but everything was fine. Huh? Oh, God, I hope my daughter does not watch this. Oh, God, I
California
can't believe I
has a
just
true-
said that.
Is it going to be recorded? Can people still watch it tomorrow? It depends on you, right?
It depends on me. If I
We were
save
just
this, yeah.
testing the lights.
We
by the
were
way.
just testing the last this into a 1 hour conversation. But you know what? It's probably better because it wasn't planned. Those are
Yeah.
usually better.
You can carry HIV for
Oh, you're a
30.
guy.
I guess so.
Where are you in California? We're sitting right here in California right now. Yeah. My TMI is like, yeah, I probably say too much too often.
What's TMI?
You don't know?
I don't know.
You really don't know? Too much information.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, he's from Canada. You know, the language is different. Victorville. I feel like I might know where that is. Is that up near Roseville, maybe? My parents are in Roseville. I used to live in Roseville.
We got it. Victoriaville in
Oh, that's
in
right.
Quebec.
You have in Henryville also.
Henryville, yeah.
Your little place in Henryville. It's,
Henryville has the.
it's hard for men to get it. Why is it in African men? Because it's illegal to be gay in Africa, for one thing.
It's hard for me.
And when a man and woman go in and test, and I know this for a fact because I have women from my group that are from Africa, that the woman is immediately blamed, even though there's no proof of that at all. The test, there's never been one study to come out of Africa in regards to gay men, ever once. So you do the math.
So what are the meds you're taking? And
Because all I see is women not transmitting here. And guess what? Our vaginas are no different than theirs.
apparently they have a different way of having sex.
Well, my
Or-
doctor did say there's something called dry sex. That could be possible, I assume, where women do things to their vaginal canal and make them like shrink or feel tighter or drier. They put dirt. This is what she told me. I haven't really been able to find. Well, I did read one article on it, but I don't feel like the women that are in my group have ever expressed this or talked about that. But if I'm assuming that you could do these things and dry everything up and make yourself like a virgin, that you could possibly tear the man, I guess. I mean, HIV doesn't go through skin, so you'd have to, your vagina would have to tear his penis. You'd have to tear it somehow. Like that's, I mean, I guess if he was uncircumcised, it might be possible, but I don't know. I mean, I can't tell you how many women I know that went through what I did, where they had a partner who was exposed to them for so much, so many years, some of them 10 years, and those men were negative. Like that speaks for itself. And that apart, I'm not making up. Those are full-on straight facts. These were men that were exposed for long periods of time and they were negative. And he's one of them. So,
Yeah.
I mean, exposed for a year and he's negative, so.
Uncircumcised, circumcised.
Women are blamed in those situations. I know it's an automatic, they say. Like the women in my group have said that. They said, oh, if you go in with your partner and you're both positive, the woman's automatically blamed, and that's just the way it is. It's just different. Yeah, it's immediate. The men are not usually circumcised. I don't totally agree with that. I have a lady in my group who is married, not married. She's been positive for 30 years. She actually didn't need medication. She never ever got sick, but she wasn't undetectable, and she had a relationship with a man for many years who was not circumcised, and her doctor told her, "You're never going to give this to any man," and she didn't. She didn't, and he would. So, I mean, I know that's only one example, but that was a man that was exposed for a long period of time to somebody who had, a detectable viral load. So I'm doing a survey on all of it, kind of a study with over 105 women, and the results are all in. We're getting everything analyzed at the moment, and eventually I will be, hopefully going around and bringing this information to conferences and stuff, because women, I feel, are unnecessarily discriminated against and have additional stigma that put on them that is unnecessary. Hi, Owen.
Hola,
It would be dressed.
Hi from Spain. Hello, Spain. Probably really early in the morning in Spain.
You have lipodystrophy?
Where's
And for
the-
some reason, that if I were diagnosed, it would be drastically life-changing, obviously. Oh, but I mean, it means of affecting my work, changes in my body. The lipodystrophy thing is like not. I don't know anybody who has that.
Lipodystrophy is when like you kind of lose weight. And,
It's
like,
when the
you're-
fat
you
decides
lose-
to go. Well,
you-
they say it can be a side effect of the medication, but I haven't seen that happen to anybody I know. It's not like you read about these side effects and everyone thinks, oh, that's going to happen because they wrote it down as a side effect. But they have to write it down even if it only happens to one person. They have to write it down as a side effect. That doesn't mean that it's a common side effect. I mean, I really don't know anybody who has that.
You get chubby.
I asked you, did I have any fat move to any specific parts?
She got so chubby. You don't even know when she's laughing.
I'm a chubby bunny.
Chubby girl. They're so chubby.
Due to stigma of fear what they don't know. Of course. Yeah, exactly. And people that fear what they don't know, that makes them mad too. People are angry when they don't understand things. And that comes out as stigma for sure. Yeah. Hi, Delia. I like April. I like the little smiley faces. They look like
Hi.
gumdrops. They're not like perfect circles. They're kind of squashed.
Oh, it's 5:30, early morning.
I know. Good morning. What time is it here? It's 8:30 here. 8:30, I guess. We're 2 minutes. How is that? How is she 5:39, but we're 8:37?
Who gets up at 5:30 on Saturday morning?
I know.
You got to go to work, or you can't sleep.
Spain. You've been to Spain, right?
I was in Spain.
You're so lucky. He's been all over.
Or like one of the side effects that you have is like sometimes you can't sleep. I think it's.
How conclusive is an HIV test after 45 days? Vary. I mean, vary, because like I said, I was told that after 2 weeks, if you're negative, that's pretty much a 78% chance that you're totally negative. They give a little leeway that you could eventually show up after 2 weeks, but 45 days, it's pretty freaking conclusive. I mean, you can test again at 90, but you should, just for your peace of mind, but people freak out from that window period until the 3 months. 45 days is a month and a half. Yeah. I should
You
know
mean
that.
45 consecutive days of
Since-
unprotected sex?
No,
So
no.
you've had 45 days ago.
Right. From the exposure. Yeah. There was a lesbian YouTuber who was with a partner for 10 years.
She's
and
undetectable, so I
Yeah,
will never
yeah.
get it. But I didn't even get it while she was detectable. So while she was.
Oh, Maria. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maria HIV Mejia. Yeah. She's.
She's lesbian.
Well, when I saw her in Florida, she had a boyfriend. So I know she's had
With
relationships
her
with
partner.
women.
Okay. There is a lesbian YouTuber. I
Well,
didn't
and
know she
also
was a
Maria
lesbian.
she's been, not that I would think that she would give it to a woman because there really is no reported cases of it, but Maria's been undetectable also. So of course there would never have been an opportunity for her to transmit it anyways. But yeah, the last time I saw her, she had a boyfriend, but I know she did have a long-term relationship with, well, I'm not totally sure, but I thought her partner was transgendered.
So she used to be going out with a woman.
I can't. Oh, no. It was a woman. That's right. No, it was a woman who was changing her identity to male. That was it. Okay.
I was thinking, let's say you're a gay male and you're HIV positive and you're undetectable. Like, how good of a feeling it is now. You know you're never gonna get it again. You've got it. It's done.
Yeah.
you're undetectable.
Yeah, true. It's already done.
Because
It's over.
all these guys that fear getting it, they're living this anxiety every day.
Right. No.
Unless they're on PrEP, right?
Somebody just said, will he ever get it? No, he was exposed to me for a year when I didn't know I had HIV. He didn't get it then. You can rewatch this video when I post it, but basically we were saying that women, really the chances of a woman transmitting are just incredibly uncommon. And,
You could get HIV again. Like you get a second.
What?
Maybe there's a different, two different.
No, there's
different
no one
HIV.
gets HIV twice.
You get that different.
Well, you don't.
virus.
You
There's
don't.
different
Yeah, you don't.
reinfection. Interesting. Is there such a thing?
I don't.
You-
I don't hear
that's
that
very
ever.
interesting
I never
question.
ever hear that.
We never heard of that.
I think everybody that worries about it comes up with all this information, but people that actually are HIV positive never ever. I don't ever hear that reinfection. I know people that are both HIV positive that are in long-term relationships and they're not giving each other different strains of HIV.
So yeah, there's different strings of
Do
HIV.
all positive
imagine.
people get hospitalized at some point? No,
You
for
get
sure.
HIV twice.
No.
You never heard that.
No. And but anyways, you can go back and watch the video. No, I'm undetectable. He would never get it from me because I'm undetectable. But even so, I don't think he was really at any risk, even when I was detectable. Only when you don't know you have it. Wait. Do all positive people get hospitalized? No, for sure. You can get diagnosed and never, ever, ever, ever have a symptom. And your viral load can be, maybe in the 50,000 range, and your CD4 could be super healthy and like 1,000, and your viral load will drop right away. And, within, weeks, and your CD4 may never be affected and you will not be sick. So it happened to me because I didn't know I had it. So it got a chance to do some damage and affect my immune system. But, do all positive, wait. HIV
show?
1 and 2, I don't even know. I think there's something different in Africa. I'm not totally sure. Partner used to be a woman. Yeah. That's what I was saying. Yeah.
There's this hidden message.
Oh, let's see. I know it is very difficult to get HIV from women through regular sex, but what about with anal sex? I don't know.
The thing is, I don't think you can transmit HIV if you're the catcher, right? You call it.
I don't think it's impossible. I just think the risk is much lower. So,
If it can be given that way, it sure can be also like received.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, you'd have to
Or-
look up the statistics on that. I don't see that that's been something that's happened. But I don't know everything. So, since you're not detectable, do you have HIV still? Yes, I definitely have HIV still, but I don't. It's laying dormant. So you had it
there's
for a
two
year. If you
strains of
hadn't been
HIV, but are they? Can you? If you, it would be very interesting to know if ever there's somebody that caught the two types of HIV, two different.
Yeah, but
that
you would still just take the same medication.
Wouldn't change. Probably would never know that he
Yeah.
caught it twice. He
Yeah.
just continue his medication.
Someone watched my videos. Yeah, it's funny. The shot in the bank robbery thing comes up like nearly daily when I sub, because all the kids love that story.
I told you that before, that there was a different HIV in Africa. It's a different HIV.
Yeah.
So let's say somebody's got HIV-1 and goes to Africa and catches HIV-2. Is that possible?
I don't know enough about it. All I know is that the
we need
medication
to-
works the same. They take the same stuff in Africa that they take here. I mean,
We need a specialist.
We do. The medication's the same. I mean, I don't know that they're taking Triumec now because that's more of a newer medication, but the stuff that most of the women that I know on my group, they take things that were like the medication before, like the newer ones came out here. So the medication's the same. Because this isn't charging my phone. Or is it just going slow?
So slow.
So
because
slowly, it might just cut us off. I wasn't hospitalized, but decided to get tested. Turned out pause, and CD4 was 165. Is 558 now. Cool. Feel like I got into care at the right time. For sure. So you never got sick.
And
so you had
probably-
an AIDS diagnosis, and you didn't actually. Thank goodness you didn't actually get anything.
And you probably saved a lot of people from getting it because
Yeah.
you tested.
Yes, totally. Did you ever
Nice.
get
Good
results from
job.
the Petri dish? No, they never did get anything. That's so funny. I know, because I thought I had a parasite from the ocean. You know what? Maybe I did. Now that I'd have to go look at my old paperwork. Once we figured out it was HIV, it was like everything else went out the window, and I just didn't even think of looking into that again. I think it was negative. I feel like that, yeah, because we definitely sent it in. They definitely sent that in. You thought it was a possibility, yeah. I really did. I really thought that I was sick from the freaking ocean, but I wasn't. The ocean is my friend. Is it true it came from monkeys? I love how people ask me that. Like, I have some inside knowledge now that I have HIV. I have no idea where it came from. I don't know. It could have come from space aliens. I don't
There's
know.
a possibility that it came from this experiment they did on monkeys in the 50s or 60s.
I feel like that's it, but I don't know.
We like to blame stuff on animals.
Those,
like the bird flu, the cow, whatever. And
yeah. So many good questions.
where does it come from?
They just arrested her boyfriend. Yeah, I knew they arrested him. They haven't found her body yet, though. I know that. And the baby's in protective custody, going to be back with loved ones soon. We read that earlier.
It could cause a false positive. Yeah.
If I had bacteria, well, believe me, I'm positive, and there's definitely a virus there because they've, it's undetectable. But when I got sick after Mexico, it went up a little bit because I had a little blip. I definitely have it. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Sad that Kelsey. Yeah, what is up with that guy? Well, so he did that after Chris Watts. Yeah, transferred it to the humans as well. Yeah. Were they eating monkeys or something? So freaking gross.
There's an old video on the experiment they did on monkeys during the 50s and 60s and their viruses. And
do you believe in aliens?
I don't.
You don't?
But I know they live here somewhere. They're.
I believe in aliens. Yeah. That would have been a good question for Joey. I think we can't be the only living thing. There's got to be. So we're so tiny. It sounded like Nicole Kessinger.
We're ignoring this guy,
little.
Eric Woodgel, on purpose.
So someone's feeling ignored. I feel like I'm being ignored. I'm so sorry. It was that.
Eric, tell us more about you. Want to know all about you.
That's funny. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you too.
About this short, they're working on a treatment.
Some people were eating monkeys. That's what I read too. Yeah. It's insane. And then some people think, was it man-made? It's like, well, this is back in the 50s. Do you think they really could have come up with this? Was polio man-made? Was cancer man-made?
It was this type of experiment. What was it? I don't remember. But they made this experiment somewhere, and something happened that it just went from one person to another.
Have you heard about the shot they're working on? Yeah, the shot is just for, the shot would be for instead of taking a pill every day. I'd be down with that. You can give me a shot in the butt. That would be cool. I think it's like once a month or something like that. It's good for once a month. I think human trials start this year, 2019. So it's I think it's called the Pro 140. That's what I've heard. I don't know a whole lot about it, but sure. I think everybody would enjoy not having to take a pill every day. Although I don't care. The pill it's no big deal. It's just like taking a vitamin. But yeah, it'd be fine. It'd be great.
Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe HIV has always been around, and people were dying from it. They didn't know why. People were dying from pneumonia.
Polio started from feces.
In the 80s, when it first started with all these men.
Did you know polio came from feces?
I think it started in the London River or something. People were drinking water that came from because they were actually pumping water from down the river,
right?
And people were drinking their own shit because the shit was going down the river.
Christ!
And it all came and they created this.
Oh my God! Wow.
I'm pretty sure the body itself can create its modify viruses into making this one virus. It's a living thing. We became what we are now. We were probably monkeys millions of years ago. Everything's evolution.
Mm-hmm.
This virus just created itself from pure. It went into evolution like we all do.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. This has been like an hour.
Closet anal sex back in the day.
It's still closeted for lots of people. It's just human nature. People need to just chill out.
That's what's kind of amazing
Doesn't
about
he have
sex.
he
Is
has a
that
great accent?
the most amazing
What's so
thing?
great about sex?
Amazing thing. It's like it's just pure animal, and it's just people do it in anywhere they like. That's adventurous, and it's still like that's what it is. That's why people get these viruses and herpes and whatever. Like,
Yeah,
they're still
it's never gonna stop. We gotta keep doing it. We gotta keep making more people.
gotta yeah.
It's all in our DNA. Oh look, I just kissed you on there. It's the delayed
Parlez-vous
reaction.
français? Voulez-vous coucher avec moi? Well, I think it's associated with gay men because they're the one that transmit it, and they're the one.
It's only because of the way that they
Yeah,
have sex. So I mean, you
exactly.
have to look at the statistics. It's not putting blame on them, but it's anatomy, and that's how it happens. It's the easiest way for it to be transmitted, unfortunately, but that is very true.
I would say 99% of the transmissions are from male to male.
99?
I would just
No,
say I
that's-
would take that number,
No, it's
and
not
then
that.
from male to women, or it always comes from a male.
Yeah. More than
And
most,
that
that's what we
male
see.
is very likely gay because he got it from another male. He didn't get it from a
Or-
woman.
or he
so it's
lives-
a gay thing. We're sorry, but that's what it is.
Or they live a hetero lifestyle, but they have sex with men. But they don't claim to be, they don't even feel gay. It's just they have sex with men sometimes. And that is definitely something too that happens.
Yeah, we should study more. You're right about this. Maybe you can tell us more that we can learn. And what book should we read?
We should study for all the questions we didn't know we were going to get. We're doing our best
Yeah,
here.
we're trying our best.
Jodi Arias. I know about her. I know she killed her boyfriend. Reeves says, I don't know why. I feel like a lot of people are really into that story, and I don't feel like I know that one that well. Scott Peterson, yes, like so much. O.J. Simpson, but I don't know why Jodi Arias and the McCann little girl. That one, of course. What's the other one?
Oh, that's the same girl. What I was okay. Annie.
What's her name? God,
Annie, you were okay. Where are you from?
True,
Annie?
and gay men have more sexual partners.
Are you from Quebec? That's like very French name.
Annie.
Annie.
That's just Annie.
Annie.
That's Annie here.
We say Annie.
What's the little
Eric.
blonde girl that died in?
So do a lot of straight men. Wrong, Eric.
So do a lot of straight men what? Have a lot of sexual partners? Yeah.
Straight men have a lot of sex with straight women.
Right.
So the chances of straight men getting HIV is like lower than none.
Yeah. Believe me, when I was diagnosed, a lot of men that you know and I know went, oh my God, I dodged a bullet. I've had so much unprotected sex. How did I not get this? So many. I'll tell you, my brother was one of them. My brother was, he had a lot of women in his life. He's like, how did I not get this? Because you had sex with women. That's why. Because it just doesn't happen.
So guys can go and have sex with all the prostitutes they want, and like.
John Benet Ramsey, thank you. My God, I could not remember that for some reason.
And it
Yes,
will
that's what I
never
meant.
catch HIV. You gotta get it. I'm sorry, you gotta get it from a male. So Eric. Sorry, I like the way Eric says my name. Annie. Jean Benet. C'est qui ce Jean Benet?
See?
Yes.
Or we, sorry, we.
How can those guys call themselves straight men when they sleep with men as well? That's the down low.
Well, yeah, we call it bisexual, but really there are truly that men who will take surveys and they'll write that they're heterosexual because they do live a heterosexual life completely on the outside with a wife and kids and everything, but they do have down low sex, and that's sex that, you know, it's not, I watched some documentaries on it. It's just, they just need to get it done. They don't even kiss. They just like literally go to these clubs, they look at a guy, give him the look, and they just go and get it done.
A lot. Like most of the males that gave HIV to all the women have some sort of bisexual life.
Yeah, John Benet is like, that's an unreal.
And most of the
Yeah.
guys
Who
will
did it?
not
I was gonna say
Sick.
Oprah Winfrey did a segment on like a whole show on the down low. Oh yeah,
Really?
like she like uncovered that like big time, and so she was super aware of it. She put it out there, and it's out there for sure.
What's the name of the virus? HIV. It's called
Human
human
immunodeficiency.
immunodeficiency virus.
Yeah.
That's the name of the virus.
Immunodeficiency. Yeah,
Yup.
it's a big mouthful. Yeah, John Bonet, I don't know. I don't know what happened to her. I mean, I feel like her mom and dad were definitely covering up something they did. Same with the McCanns. As of how I identify a little bit. Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's not, it's hard to talk about because people feel blamed, and I don't want anyone to feel blamed, but, anatomy-wise, and the statistics say it, that's the truth, and it's what I see. Comes from herpes virus. I believe. What comes from the herpes virus?
I don't think HIV comes from there at all.
No.
It's a different.
No, they're totally different. But if you have herpes, you have a high risk of contracting HIV.
Herpes is
Any other
HPV?
STIs definitely increase the chances of getting HIV. You think they'll ever find or release a cure? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. There was someone just sent me an article today, but I get them all the time. Like, did you see this? And everyone thinks like they're sending me like the most newest. It's like
the flu is a virus, and there's no cure.
right.
Like they never found a cure.
No,
they
exactly.
Got flu shots everywhere.
There's no cure for herpes.
So it's what I think a virus is like something that we just have to deal with. It's in our bodies. It's everywhere. It's on.
Everyone says they think it's pharmaceutical companies that want the money, but I feel like there's still that one person who wants to come up with the cure. I mean, my God, can you imagine being the person that cured HIV, or the company, or whatever? Like that would be, you'd go down in the history of cures. I mean, it would be the biggest cure ever. This has gone on since 1960 something. This has been the longest epidemic in our history. Most of the epidemics just wipe out half the population and then they go away on their own. But this is the one that's just continued to go on and on and on and on for 40 friggin' years now. Her dad, yeah, I mean, they were covering it up for sure. Definitely. The parents were so weird after. You knew about the John Benet Ramsey case, right? Really? That didn't get to Canada?
No, I'm not into
Did you
all
ever
these-
even heard her name? You don't know the little girl, she was in the pageants and stuff.
Oh, what happened
She just
with her?
died in her house like one night, and like the parents claim that someone must have come in and killed her, and I can't remember exactly if she had. I feel like she might have been tied up a little bit, but I don't even remember what the cause of death was.
So both parents were like not knowing.
Was she strangled? I can't remember what the cause of death was. I'm so like, all I know is Chris Watts now, but yeah, I don't want to give any hard details on that. But yeah, she died in her house, and they found no one tried to break into the house. There was nothing. There was snow around the house, so you would have seen footprints. There was nothing. And her body had been moved because her dad picked her up and moved her out of grief, he said. There was a ransom note that, they detected it, and it looked like the ransom note might have been written by the mom because they looked at the handwriting, and the ransom note had some really fishy stuff in it. But yeah, it's a creep. They never solved it. Now the mom's
They ever
dead.
find the body?
The mom died. Well, yeah, because the dad just moved her somewhere else in the house, but he moved her away from where she'd been murdered. He picked her up, cradled her, he says, and moved her, but she was killed in one part of the house and then moved to another, which you don't move the body.
You shouldn't be moving the
no.
body. So if ever you kill somebody, you just don't move
touch the body. Don't
Leave it
move
there.
it. Yeah.
Say it wasn't you.
Let's see. Being a bisexual, pansexual woman, I have dabbled with polyamory and safe sex as always. Good. See, you're educated for sure. Yeah, the parents for sure covered up something. Yeah, and so the mom's gone. She passed away. And then John Ramsey, the dad, is now married to, this is so crazy, but there's a woman who lost her daughter in Aruba. She went away for high school graduation. And I can't remember her name, but everybody's really good with names. And so they're both like parents who suffered the loss of a child. Like, well, John Monet's was.
And they're together now.
And and they're together now. Yeah, but her daughter was never found. Although they did figure out the guy who killed her, and he's in jail. He's got some Dutch. He's Dutch. Can't remember his name. Let's see. Men and women have anal sex all the time. Does HIV discriminate? Well, yeah, a woman's not putting her penis in a man's butt. That's why. So it's the man's putting it in the woman's butt. That's all anatomy. So women get it from men. So women can't. I mean, a man can put a penis in a woman's butt, but the chances of him getting it that way are like, I don't know the statistics on it, but I know it's nothing like the other way around. Maybe her brother. Everybody says her brother, but I don't know. He was a kid. I just don't think he could have. Although he had some weird interviews. John Bonet, they think maybe the brother did it and the parents were covering for
You're
him.
beginning a sentence talking about HIV and you end it talking about Chris
John,
Watts. Or...
John Bonet Ramsey, I know. Oh my God, I'm all
Wow,
over
you
the
gotta
place.
be following.
My pharmacy license exam, my first interview last Wednesday. Good, yay! More pharmacy licensing.
Good
people.
luck.
Yeah, make sure
What's
you
it
know
called?
all your
BMX.
BMX.
BMX 687.
Natalie Holloway, that's it. Yeah.
There was this amazing BMXer at the skate park this afternoon. Like, this guy was jumping around the bowl everywhere. It was,
Oh, really?
It was super good.
Yeah, those parents are together. This JC, she writes to me. I
Morton's.
see her name all the time. When they did the last show on John Bonet, investigators said they thought her brother Burke did it, and Patton's. Oh, the parents covered it up. Burke definitely has some odd behaviors back then. Does he have autism? I can't remember if there was something off about the kid as far as like his emotional detachment from all of it. But I don't know. There was something about pineapple. She'd eaten pineapple, a bowl of pineapple. It's just such a weird, like all the little details. But it was like something about it was like it was in her stomach. So they knew about like when she was up, like what time she'd gotten up, and it hadn't been digested yet, so it was still in her stomach. God, the way they figure out stuff is crazy.
If you're a woman and you're having multiple partners, and you don't know if the men are,
You don't know their
you
background, if they're drug
you should
users
be
who have
way
been
more
with other
careful
men, for sure. You should be
than
careful.
if you're a male.
I just had a girl write to me the other day who said she was 19 and she's had sex with easily over 150 men because she's a sex worker, and she says she doesn't use
No condom?
condoms now, and she said she does not have HIV, but she's
Lucky.
realizing now that she needs to be more careful. But
I don't believe any sex workers
But then,
are not
okay,
using condoms. It's just like,
I don't know. I
to
don't
me
know.
that's it's your job. Like you're not doing it out of passion.
Oh, the one on Jodi Arias. Yeah, I know. I probably would rather watch it on a Dateline. No offense. Like, I like listening to the Brain Handy podcast. I like listening to My Favorite Murder. They're comedians who talk about cases. I can watch part of it, but I definitely like although she probably does include a lot of pictures and stuff. I'll check it out. Well, she was supposed to have so many crazy stories out there where they did not find out who did what, and people got away with stuff, and it was like their own kids. Okay. Oh wait, who is she talking about? Oh, Claire's. I'll look at it. I'll look at it for sure. Brittany, she's such a champ. Oh, Brittany's gonna do a live with me. I think like in a little, maybe like 2 weeks. As long as I can figure out how to bring her on here, like this is what we should do right now. See if that's even an option. No.
Okay,
See, there's, like, no option
going
for
live
it.
if you want to add somebody to the.
Oh, I think she has. Do you guys have an option to see? Like, do you guys have an option to go live with me? Is there anything on your phones that say, ask Jennifer to request to go live?
I could watch you live.
Because I've got to figure out how to do this. So many people and not using protection. Then again, I'm an oldish 53-year-old gal. Yeah, she's young. I mean, I applaud her for being honest and, sharing that. I have 2 daughters, yeah. They're 18 and 15. And an 11-year-old son who's right in there. Owen?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Just a test. Oh, that's so cool. You are on direct. So could I actually
Can you request?
join you?
Does it give you that option?
I guess not. I'm just a subscriber.
Oh shit, I gotta figure out how to do this before I have
Yeah,
Brittany
you
go
do.
live with me. I thought it was gonna be really simple. Nothing on my phone to request a live. Arr! Oh no, maybe only on PCs.
No,
No, because he's looking right now. long ass test. Go live with, I believe that's an Instagram where you can go. Well, for sure on the Instagram. Oh crap! Well, hold on, because I know I go to your live stream, create new live event, select quick using Google Hangouts on air. Select quick. That's what I have to do. Using Google Hangouts, give your live stream